Hey there, fellow chalk and friends. It's Making Maria, your independent chalk couture designer. And tonight's project is going to solve a whole new problem for us. Have you ever had a situation where you wanted to make something, but you wanted it to be a little different and a little unique, and you didn't quite have the right color for what you were doing, but yet you wanted to try something different? So we're doing that tonight. And tonight's technique that we're going to learn and I'm going to show you how to do is called the ombre technique. And we've done the ombre technique before for those of you faithful watchers. Thank you for watching. But for those of you that are new, the ombre technique is a really nice way to kind of blend some colors and get a little variety and kind of create something on your own that isn't necessarily just cookie cutter off the shelf. So it's a really nice way to kind of give something your own little spin and try something different. So that's what we're going to do tonight, is we're going to do the ombre technique on a C-size transfer. And the C-size transfer that we're going to use is called You Are the Sweetest, which is a super cute little cake stand type transfer. I'm just cleaning off my board here a little bit. You can't see it yet because I haven't hit those buttons, but I opened up my chalk and I got some white chalk on my board. So before we get things started, if you could please share my video. Thank you so much. It very much helps me when you share my video, so I very, very much appreciate it. Thank you for sharing my video and supporting me in my crazy little chalk couture endeavor. So we're just using a black, here, I'll give you the full view. We are just using a square, this is a 14 by 14 square chalkboard. We've got hangers up on the top, so I know where my hangers are in the right spot. And then we are doing the You Are the Sweetest transfer, which is a really pretty nice transfer for especially somebody that likes to bake. So this is kind of how it will look. It also comes with a cake topper. It doesn't fit on the size board that we're using it on. If we were using it on a bigger board, we could totally put this really cool cake topper thing on it, because I love this top, but it doesn't fit with what we're doing. So what we're going to do is we are going to use fresh linen for our cake stand and our words, and then we are going to take Peachy Keen, which is this really pretty pale, I do feel it's a little more pinky than it is peachy, and white, and we're going to combine them to make this beautiful ombre cake. But check out the detail on this cake. Look at the roses. This is a beautiful transfer when it's done. It's one of my absolute favorites to make because it's fun to make and it turns out different every single time I make it. So this chalkboard is not an expensive chalkboard. It is not a Chalk Couture chalkboard, so I did wax it because I didn't want I love this transfer and I don't want to risk anything happening to it. So we are going to start with our cake stand and then we're going to move to our cake. So I'm going to pull my transfer off of my backer, and I am going to fuzz because this guy has been used quite a few times but is still feeling pretty sticky. And I'm not a big fan of, I love the way this surface looks when it's all done, but it's not an expensively well-made chalkboard. It's kind of just a piece of wood with some paint on it, I think. So you do want to be careful when you have a surface that you know, isn't necessarily the best quality. It's a nice chalkboard and it completely serves my purposes, but it's definitely not a Chalk Couture board. That's my big commercial for Chalk Couture boards. I love the Chalk Couture boards because they are awesome, but sometimes you just don't need something quite that nice for what you're doing. And this is one of those. Plus, this is a really nice size. I like the square. And we do not have a square chalkboard yet. But I'm hoping that maybe with our new stuff coming out that there will be there's some new surfaces coming. So I am somewhat centered, but not quite. I did check it out. I actually pulled out the ruler. I don't usually do that, but tonight I want my cake stand because that's going to be the basis for the beginning of my whole project. So I do want to make sure that it is centered. So I'm just making sure he's on there in the right spot, and then I'm just pushing the air out. Now this cake stand has quite a bit of transfer silk screen area, so I do really want to make sure that I push that air out because I don't want to not have smooth chalk when I'm done, and I don't want to have a bleed. Now this chalkboard washes off. I've washed these boards off before, so it's not too big of a deal if something happens, but obviously if I can just work my air out, I avoid having that happen at all. Okay, so I'm going to use fresh linen, and ooh, this guy needs a drink. So I'm opening them up. So fresh linen is, hang on, get your word. Fresh linen is a gray white compared to a white. It's not a huge difference from a white, but he is more subtle than a bright. Right, so I'm just adding a little water to him because he needs a little bit of a drink, and I'm just stirring him up. The water helps loosen up the chalk because it's chalk. So the Chalk Couture transfers are a silk screen adhesive reusable transfer, and they are beautiful to work with because they're reusable, and you can use them with several different mediums. You can use them with chalk, you can use them with ink, you can use them with, I've not used them with paints, acrylic paints, but I've heard you can do that. You can use them with etching cream, you can use them with a foiling medium. There's just all kinds of different things that you can do with them. So they really give you a lot of versatility. And then you can do them on all kinds of different surfaces. Chalkboards, wood boards, ceramics, t-shirts, fabric. Oh my goodness, ladies, the possibilities are endless of all the fun things that you can do with this product. And that's what I personally love about this product, is it has so many uses. I don't get bored with it because I can, oh, I don't feel like making a chalkboard today. Okay, well, I can make something else. It's also not a huge time commitment to craft. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I have 4 kids, so my life is a little hectic and busy. So I don't always have, 2 hours to set aside for me time. So sometimes it's nice to just have, I just need a little bit of a break. I need to go create something in my own happy place, and I've got 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, you can very easily create something beautiful that you're proud of, because it turns out every time, which is one of the nicest things about it. So as you saw, I just took my excess and put it right back in my container. And when I pull my transfer, it is fabric. So you want to be careful. You want to pull it from the middle. This guy has a lot of screens, so I'm going to get him started again when I get to the bottom base. Because you don't want to stretch him out, because then you won't get as, he'll get distorted. So we're just going to give him a quick dry, and he dries super fast, because then we're going to layer our cake on top of him. So this is not a fast project, or not a long project. It's quick and easy, and it's going to look stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. I like this one for, birthdays. If you know somebody that's a baker, this is super cute. You could do this on an apron. You could do it on a pillow. You could, like a canvas tote bag would be super cute. Especially if they like to go to baking classes. It would be kind of nice to have. There's just a lot of applications, I think, for this particular transfer. Especially if you know somebody that likes to bake. Or me, I don't like to bake. I love to cook, but I don't really like to bake. But I love to admire beautifully baked things. I love to eat them. So I think there's just a ton of fun things. And I think this cake is, it would be a nice birthday present for somebody. Wedding season is fast approaching. It could be a beautiful wedding transfer with this gorgeous cake on it. There's just, I think, some nice options. So I'm lining up. So as you can see, let me see, can I zoom you in? I don't think I can. Okay. Oh, and I am over, sorry, I didn't realize you can't see what I'm doing because my big old head is in the way. So as you can see, the bumps down here, see they line up with the bumps underneath. So see how I'm going to line that right up? I'm just going to get it started. Got to think about where it starts. In between the two, there we go. And you can just see right away where it lines up. It's super easy to line them up. The biggest challenge to lining up is when you've got them lined up, they stick to your fingers, so when you pull your fingers out, it moves it. So you just gotta be careful of that. So I'm pushing the air this way because I don't want to, this part here, I don't want to push this part down too hard because I risk it pulling the chalk underneath it out with it. So I don't want to do that. So as you can see, as I'm pushing, the transfer is moving, and that's because I have air. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing all that air out. And this guy down here up at the top is where my air is. So I'm just going to push it out. And by pushing it out, then I make sure I get a clean chalk. Going over, and then all these beautiful little rosettes, I guess you would call them, on the cake. I'm just pushing them down so that I make sure that that green part is stuck down. And by making sure that that green part is stuck down, then I'll get the detail. And that is one of the nice things about this transfer, is it's got some gorgeous, gorgeous detail to it. Okay, so now we're ready to ombre. So I'm going to quick give my two little chalks here a stir. So I just have plain white. Now ombre, you know, you start lighter and you go darker, is kind of the traditional ombre look. You can do it with more than 2 colors, but you don't really need to, because what's going to happen is you're going to make an additional color in the middle. So you're going to have the white up here, and then you're going to have the peachy keen down here, and then in the middle we're going to swirl the 2 colors together, which is going to make its own color. So I'm going to start with my darker color on the bottom. So I just get my peachy keen down here, and I'm going to put a little bit more, just because I'm going to ombre it. Now once you mix the 2 colors, you can't put the color back in your paste container, because if you do that, you will contaminate your paste with the new color, and you don't really want to do that. Okay, so I've got my paste down, and I got paste all over my fingers. I'm going to wash them off before I continue. So now what I do is I take a squeegee, and I start squeegeeing down. And again, I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. A squeegee down, and I'm going to leave a space and a line of chalk. So see that line? I'm going to leave a space and a line. And that line is going to give me that extra chalk to swirl. I don't need a ton of it, but I do need some of it. And this one has a little chunk in it, so I'm going to get that little chunk out, because he's not going to help me swirl. So I'm just going to wipe him off. Okay, so I've got my paste ready. Oh, I didn't need to do that. I could put that. I could see I'm already ready to now put it back in the container. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing down here with my peachy keen. Just going to get that, and then I'm going to leave that line. Now this is, I have way more here than I need. I'll put some of that back in. So I'm just going to leave that line so that I have something to swirl. Once I have something to swirl, then I can make my new beautiful color in the middle. Okay, so I've got my bottom all squeegeed and ready. I have my top all squeegeed and ready. And now what I do is I take my good old finger, and sometimes it's nice to get it wet. So I just put a little water right on my mat, right, my glass mat, and I get a little water on it. I just rub it off, just to get it damp, my finger damp. And now I just swirl the 2 colors together. And this is what gives me, now there too, I have a lot of peachy keen there. I have more peachy keen there than I want. So I'm going to add more white. So you just got to see, so see how it's more white here than it is on this side? And you just swirl the colors in. And this makes that 3rd color. It's just a little bit lighter. And it really gives you a nice effect. So I just keep swirling till I get the color consistency that I want. And then I am good to squeegee. And I'm noticing up here, if you can see, I missed some of my screen when I did the white. So I'm just going to get that too. Okay, so now what I do is I take my squeegee and I just squeegee this excess off. And I wipe it off, because if I don't wipe it off and I go up to that white, I'm going to get the color where I don't want it. Then my white won't be my pure white anymore. Okay, so see how we got that in there? Now, I pull my transfer off. And what we have is a beautiful ombre cake. And I'm pulling carefully now, because now is where it's on the other color. And I don't want to pull that color off, or that other chalk. The gray chalk, I want to leave the gray chalk off. Ta-da! Check it out, ladies. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is cool. I love this cake. I love this ombre. So I'm just kind of got little chalk doohickeys everywhere. So check out our cake. See how cool he is with the ombre? You can see the two colors mixed together and then the third lighter color. Okay, so I'm just going to finish cleaning off my squeegees here. And all I have left to do is put the words on and we're done. So this is a very quick, fast little project. So originally I was going to do the words in fresh linen. I got to wipe off where I got the water on the board. Oh, and I should dry. Should do a quick dry job, otherwise I'm going to stick my finger in it, and I don't want to do that because we've got this beautiful new color. So I want to make sure that it stays that way. And inevitably, Maria will put her finger in it, because that's just what Maria does. Every time, right? So when you have that problem of you just want to try something new, or you want a new color, or you want a different look, very easy to accomplish that with these products. So next, I'm going to stick my words on. Move this over a little bit. So the big question is, should my words be white or should my words be the fresh linen color of my cake stand? This guy's not as sticky, but I am going to fuzz him anyway. My fuzzing rag over here. So fuzzing him is just putting him on a towel that has lint on it and picking up some of that lint. That way he doesn't pull as hard. So I can see the cake underneath my transfer, so I know how close I am and how lined up I am to my cake. And I'm going to stand up so I can see the top part so that I make sure that I am straight. Okay. Now again, I don't need to push this part. I just need to push the transfer part. And I don't really want to push that part because that's where the cake is. And I don't need to stick that part down. Now this part up here, this is sticky stuff from my transfer. It doesn't hurt the transfer. It just came that way. But the transfer still works just fine. Sometimes the way your transfers look is not as important as to whether or not the screen is clean and clear so that you can chalk on it. So I think for the words, I was going to do fresh linen, but now I'm thinking maybe we should do the words in just white. Oops, apparently there's paste all over my container. But it's not really a stark white, so I think we're going to go with fresh linen. Okay, so move my chalks away, and then I'm just going to put my fresh linen down. And I just dollop it on, because any excess I'm going to put right back in the container anyway. So I'm not too worried about having too much, although sometimes, you know, I get careless because I have too much paste on, so then I get gloppy. And when I squeegee straight up and down. I don't squeegee like this. And I just squeegee down. And I just cover up my silk screen. That's all you gotta do. Make sure your silk screen is covered. And then you'll have beautifulness when you're done. I'm not trying to squeegee down here, because again, I don't need to push that part down. Because that's where my cake is. And again, I have too much paste, so I just glop it right in. Don't you love my, I just glop it right in. Do I make these? I must lay awake at night to make these words up. So as you can see, I have some lines. And I want to make sure I don't have those lines, because if I have those lines, you will see them when I pull the transfer off. So I just go back and smooth those lines away. Silk screen there is not covered. Covered. Just smooth those lines away. Start my transfer in the corner and then pull it from the middle. Take him off carefully and voila! Oh my gosh! Holy cow, isn't this adorable? Wow. Okay, I'm in love again. I love this transfer. Every time I use this transfer, I'm in love. So here you go. You are the sweetest with our cute little cake stand. I will turn it this way so that you can see it. Back it up. Look at how cute this is. Oh my goodness. I love this. And I mean, we're close to the cake, but we're not over it. This is so cute. So this is what ombre is. It's where you just kind of take that and create something a little unique and something a little different. So, my name is Megan Maria. I'm an independent Chalk Couture designer. If you are interested in Chalk Couture or any of the products, how you can find them is go to www.chalkcouture.com/Megan Maria, and you can see all of the transfers that are available in our current catalog. You'll find those there. If you are interested in our monthly subscription club, you can type in the comments club, and I will send you some information about our Club Couture, which is a monthly subscription box that arrives, it's not really a box, it's an envelope, but it comes to your house with a monthly transfer and 3 paste colors so that you can try out these products all on your own. And the club subscription is $19.99 a month with free shipping, and you get the transfer, a B-size transfer, which is 8.5 by 11, and 3 paste colors. And if you are interested at all in learning more about what the heck is Chalk Couture and what does it mean to be a designer for Chalk Couture, and boy, it looks like she's having a great time, which she is, and I would like to have that same kind of fun, you can comment curious, and I will send you some information about what the heck it means to be a designer. And then you can check it out and see if it's something that you're interested in or not. So there we go. That's all I got for you. Thank you for sharing my video. Thank you for watching me, and I hope you all have a lovely evening, and 'cause you are the sweetest. Thank you.